I recognize that at the new house, there's a higher chance of somebody coming through the yard, checking things out to see if there's something easy to take advantage of because they themselves might be in a bad spot where they're not able to make good choices. And I'd like to put signs up on doors that are locked, small ones. Something that says something to the effect of, if you're brave enough to steal my shit, be brave enough to come talk to me about a career opportunity. Because I want them to know that I won't judge them. Because that doesn't do me any good. Because I need them to win too. See, the moment I win is not when I get to a place where my shit is safer. The moment I win is when my community gets to a place where it's more secure in itself. I don't win and then have to hire security. I win and my community celebrates it with me. And so I'm thinking about putting these signs up in these places where people might be more apt to try and break in, do things like make poor choices in bad moments, and give them an opportunity. And if the opportunity isn't the right one for them, that's not even a big deal because maybe that conversation in and of itself could just help that person feel seen and heard and maybe help get them on the right track to making better choices. And then I think, well, what's the only thing keeping me from doing that? It's the thing that ruins the moment. Once it shows itself, someone's bound to get hurt. Not only that, when people talk about these things, they talk about don't waste shots. Don't leave witnesses. Sure, guns don't kill people. People kill people. But not all people kill people. The people who are hurting, the people who feel like that's the right way to do it. they didn't have access to those things, they couldn't do it so tremendously. And what is being asked for? Like, you're hearing, if you're on that side of the aisle where you want to just push back against people who don't, the way they talk about firearms is offensive to you because it doesn't make any sense, because you know firearms and they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, 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 okay. I know. It's a magazine, not a clip. It's also not about that. It's about my children. It's about your children. It's about their children. And their children. And your children. The thing that I arrive at in my therapy that I don't, is just maybe the most frustrating thing. Because now, at this point in my therapy, it seems pretty common sense, but I understand that it hasn't always been. But it's really basic. It's really basic. And what it is I need you to win too. We all need each other to win. The people who say that we don't are the ones who are so stuck on just them winning because they don't believe it in their heart of hearts that it would work out that way. Don't let their insecurities tell you how things go. They don't rule the world. They are just controlled by their minds. They are controlled by the things that they don't understand. Here's what is real. We all need to win, in whatever respect that means. And that's the next word. Respect. Not tolerance. Tolerance is what I grew up in the Christianity that I grew up in. But we won't look at that. Well, it has to exist because you can't, like, murder's bad, right? Bible says murder's bad, but we don't agree with that, so we'll just put it over here and not look at it. That's tolerance. And what we need is acknowledgement of souls. Because you only know what you know. And you don't understand that person whatsoever. So if you only know what you know, that's okay. And you don't understand, that's okay. I have to tell this to apprentices on the beginning of their apprenticeship. It's okay to not know yet. It's okay. It's okay. But in order to learn, you got to quit trying to make up what you think is happening and just shut the fuck up and be in the moment for what is happening. You don't understand what's happening. You're responding to an emotional insecurity. You don't even know. If your first response is, well, I don't understand, but stick with that first part and quiet your heart and think about the one thing. Where does suffering lie? And if you have felt like somebody has assigned you to suffering, I'm so sorry. If a hurt person has hurt you, I'm sorry. I can't imagine what that must have been like for you. Take your lessons and climb out. Because when you're stuck in the hurt emotion, you can't climb out and see things in the moment. You can only react emotionally because you're stuck in your emotions. Your emotions are valid and real. Feel them. Do your best to understand them. And if you don't know how to understand them, find someone who can model for you how to understand them. We're learners. If you don't know how to do something yet, don't chalk it up to be a character defect. Fix your shit. Because your weaknesses can be your strengths. Because they've had your attention.